Why did you choose to play guitar quartet and not guitar duo or with a violin player or whatever? Why did you choose guitar quartet?
The repertoire is wide open. I mean, we really had an opportunity to kind of create it. I mean, there's a handful of really great guitar quartets out there, but we really wanted an opportunity to work intimately with other guitar players to kind of create a repertoire that doesn't exist.
One of the things that we find is really important when we choose composers to work with and the music that we choose to play is that, yes, it's contemporary, but it's always music that has something that even the non-initiated audience attendee could take something from. Something that has a beauty in it, even if the music itself, its message is somewhat aggressive or, in some cases, unsettling at times.
We tend to play things that have a story, a good story that everyone can relate to on some level. So.
And also, speaking of the chamber music aspect of it, we think that our arrangement of 4 guitars is that first we are a quartet, and we happen to play the guitar. So the chamber aspect is more important to us than just the fact that we happen to play guitar, because we all collaborate in other ensembles and other arrangements. We play with flute or violin or singing and so on. So I think we're chamber musicians first, and the fact that we play a particular instrument adds to that.
You say you're all friends, you're living in the same city?
Oh, no.
we were several years ago. And when the quartet first started, we started all at Florida State getting our doctoral degrees with Bruce Holzman. But I think since 2005, 6, we've all sort of moved on to other locations.
So how do you practice then together? How do you rehearse?
Before a gig.
Yeah, it's a great motivation to get gigs because we need to rehearse around gigs. Well, yeah, I'm in Minneapolis. Steve here is in Louisville, Kentucky. Matt and Adam both live in Tallahassee, Florida. Adam is from Canada. So in the United States, it's very spread out. So it is a bit of a hassle to try to rehearse. So we do rehearse very long hours. You know, we try to cram. We do a lot of preparation beforehand on our parts and everything. And before and after a concert, we'll rehearse a lot. And that's how it's been working. So.
In the end, it becomes extremely efficient in terms of how we produce music on stage.
And those long hours are broken up by each of our specialties that we have, with Adam knowing wine rather well, and Matt being known to barbecue a brisket in a very nice way, and I enjoy cigars and bourbon, as does Chris. So we bring our own specialties to those discussions around a table with fine food and drink at the same time. So.
There is no guitar playing without strings, and as I heard, you're a member of the D'Addario family. Which strings do you use?
I use just the regular D'Addario J45s. I love them. They're consistent. They work well on my guitar, and that's what I've used for years. After trying all of their products, it just is something that I prefer, something simple and sweet. Yeah.
Same here, except it's J46. It's been probably 10 years I've been using that brand of string, and there's nothing else that is more consistent, has more vibrancy, and it's just a wonderful, wonderful product.
Yeah, same J46 hard tensions on my 2005 Humphrey. Just nothing's better. Just works perfectly. So.
And for me, I've always gone back to D'Addario. And I'll be honest, I think a lot of guitar players love to experiment with different strings, different companies, different makers. I started on D'Addario strings, and coming back to D'Addario, you know, being a member of the family was just a bonus because I was still always using D'Addario. I use light tension strings. I like the response. I believe that and it's important to experiment with different tensions based on technique and attack and everything else. And I find, for me, it enables me to relax, and it's one of the few sets that I've ever played across the spectrum that really allows me to get some tonal color. My guitar responds really well to that tension. And so, and I don't feel any loss of volume, which is, I think, an important thing. I think the association with high tension, high volume is kind of a misconception. So I really like the light tension strings, and I know I'll be playing them for years.
Okay, thank you guys. Take care.
Yeah.